Good morning. This is the GPS team product test. My name is Steve.
Andres. Edwin.
Matthew.
Alfredo.
Alma.
Jose.
All right, what we're going to start with is we're going to choose a location. Edwin's going to talk for a moment about what the program's going to do, and then we're going to choose our starting location.
So our first step would be running the program. Creating the code. It's going to run a simulator algorithm. We'll find the closest path to the point and guide us them to the next location. When the program will be used for the distance to the next path, the target bearing, current, location, and bearing and cross-track simulate the proxy users travel along the path between point 1 and point 2. When the distance to point 2 is less than 3 meters, it will then update to the next point. If you're bearing to the left, it will tell you to go to the left, to go to the right. If you're bearing to the right, it will tell you to go to the left. Before starting the simulator, of course, we need to pick a point. So with the actual points here, you can see we have a list of all the buildings around our path from point 1 to point 27. So I've made a decision to pick physical science, point 13. So I will now have Steve put point 13 on my GPS.
Okay, so we're going to change this to point 13, and we'll hit enter, and the screen goes blank as it's processing. And once this bar is finished, we'll have a live program that will take us to point 13. It's almost there. Okay, we're waiting for a GPS lock. It's got a lock, and it tells us that now it's searching for the closest location to our building. And so it is looking through all of the points, and it's currently locked on to point 2, and it's saying point 2, which is I think the biology building.
It is the bioscience research building.
So the bioscience research building is the closest building to our current path, which is right over here. It's got the smoke coming out of the smokestack that none of us know what it is. All right, so now we're going to start walking. So it's telling us that we are 290 meters, 300 meters from the bioscience research building, which is going to take us to the sign right in front of their building. I got to set the refresh here. All right, we're 100 meters from the bioscience research building. In between, when we're walking straight distances, it just will continue to refresh, and
Our meters distances.
it gives us our meter. Let me just check this. Okay, I had the refresh scroll turned off, so I needed to turn the scroll on. We are 77 meters away. I don't know if you can see how it's refreshing here, but it refreshes as we walk. So it's saying we're at 72 meters, 69 meters from our location. We are 65 meters away, 61 meters away, and because this is our starting, we're starting from the professor's office. We're not technically on the path yet, so I'm not using the cross-track data until we get to the first point on the path. But we are 43 meters away. 40 meters, 30 meters. So our sign for bioscience is coming up. And now we are on the path, so now cross-track should be usable on this next refresh. So we're 24 meters from bioscience, 13 meters from bioscience research, and we just got a beep, which means we've just changed locations and we're at bioscience research, and it tells us our next location is UGLC. We got the building. Okay, and so we're heading to UGLC, and it tells us we're 30 meters away, 25 meters, 19 meters, 15 meters, and it just switched and we're at UGLC. And we're also very close to another building which is on our list, which is Bell Hall. And because these two buildings are very close together, it's actually switched twice. So I'm going to stop this just for a second so we can see the display. So this the display shows us that we were approaching UGLC, and when we got to UGLC it switched, and it doesn't even give me the status of Bell Hall because we're so close. We switched to location 4, which is Bell Hall on the list, and then we switched to the next point on the path, location 5, which is Benedict Hall. And Benedict Hall is our next location that we're going to. If I can move the... And so we're approaching location 5, Benedict Hall. And so the bearing, it gives us the bearing, it gives us a distance, which was 63 meters from Benedict Hall. And we are 0.2 meters off the path. So we're less than a meter to the left of our path, which is the center of this sidewalk. And so now I'll turn the scroll back on and we'll continue walking to Benedict Hall, next point on the path. 52 meters to Benedict Hall. There is a team behind me. They're being very quiet. "32 meters to Benedict Hall."
What's the location we put in? It was 13?
Physical science is where we're heading. We are 18 meters to Benedict Hall. Okay, we have arrived at Benedict Hall and it's switching to location 6. And location 6 is the Centennial Museum and Desert Gardens. And
distance from there?
We are 53 meters from the museum. Go to the location there would be the steps that lead up to the museum.
So the first people tell you that you're on your main path, and then it'll beep again when you reached it, or when you reach.
It'll beep when we get to our final destination. It's going to beep twice. But if we have a major change in our bearing, more than 25 degrees, it'll beep once, and we'll get a light to indicate that we have a bearing change. And so we are currently at the museum, and it's switched. And so the next location on our path will be the Geology Science Building, and we're 31 meters away from that. And we're currently negative 0.14 meters off the path. So we're basically right on the path.
everyone off. Well, this is a current point, right? This is not location.
This is one of our locations, is geology science. We're very close, and it's switching. So we've reached geology science building, and it now has switched to Leech Grove, which is the next point on the path, and we're only 22 meters away from Leech Grove. And it's switching. We've arrived at Leech Grove, and now it's switching to PWMC building, and that is 30 meters away. We tried to get out early to beat the sun a bit, and the screen is as bright as we can make it. We are getting a switch. We've arrived at the Peter and Margaret Something Center, and we have switched, and our next location is the administration building, and we are 36 meters from the admin building. "21 meters away from admin. 15. And we've arrived at admin, and it's switching. And the next point on the path is Centennial Plaza. We're currently 3 meters to the right of our path, so our cross track is working great. We are 30 meters from the point we set for Centennial Plaza. 24 meters, it should be switching soon. 18 meters. 13 meters. And it switched, and it's telling us to take a right turn. You want to catch the, I don't know if you can catch that there, but it's telling us turn right. So we had a beep, and it's telling us to turn right because we're at one of our corners, and we're heading to liberal arts. A lot of work's gone into the program. We've had different team members that have researched the haversine and the bearing equation and the cross-track. We all have worked together to get the data points for our path. We did that a few weeks ago and all collected the path points. We created a pseudocode program to demonstrate how we wanted this to operate. So it's working great. We're at liberal arts, and it just switched, and it tells us the next point on the path is the physical science building, and we are 81 meters from physical science, which we've chosen as our final destination. So we're heading to physical science, and we are currently 2 meters to the right of the path. So cross track's still good. We're about a meter to the right of the path now. We are 55 meters from physical science. "43 meters. "36 meters. 30 meters. 24 meters. We should get 2 beeps when we get there. 19 meters. 14 meters. You've arrived at your destination. Alien Map Tracker thanks you for your business. We are always watching. It did beep.
Yeah, twice. Beep twice.
So, all right, team, come on in.
We're at it.